Yeah, so I know I haven't been on here much. I think like one of the reasons I think that this feed is messing with me. I think it like messes with everyone. You know how they say that the Google cameras are like spying on you, which they are, not like they say, like which they are. Like you'll have a conversation about something and be like, "Oh, I need to get deodorant." And then all of a sudden like a deodorant ad will pop up, or like you'll see a bunch of videos about deodorant, like something whatever. Like you'll all of a sudden see an ad, that type of thing. I think that they're messing because here's the thing, like, and it was like more than just like stuff. It was more than just like surface level stuff. Like, I had like a really weird instance like about a year ago. I could talk about it because like about a year ago, honestly. I went out like I was not, as I said, I was like on the sugar daddy website for fun, and it was more so like I was not like obviously I was not seriously dating on there. It was just for fun. And they were so mean to me. Those DL men on that website were so mean to me that I like deleted my account. And right after I deleted my account, one of them like reached out to me because I guess I had like given him my fake number, and he set up a date. And like because I had deleted my account already, I didn't like have the opportunity to go back and read his profile because I don't deal with divorced men. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't deal with divorced men, especially if you have children, and especially if those children are minors. I don't deal with divorced men. And here's the thing about dudes, and you guys can disagree with me if you want to. I've noticed that men will be thinking about their high school sweetheart or like the girl they had a crush on in high school, whatever, in their 50s. So you're telling me a man had children with a woman and like was with her for years and years and years, and he's just going to walk away from that. And this is honestly, and this might be a controversial take, but like one of the few times that I kind of like give someone like a woman permission to be the other woman or to be the side piece or whatever is when it's the baby mama. Because it's like, what are you gonna, because I saw a girl on here who was like, my boyfriend cheated on me with a baby mama. It's like, I couldn't even say that. You know what I mean? Like, and she was a baby mama. Like, I couldn't even say that. I'd be like I'm literally standing between him and his family. How do you be like, oh, how dare he keep his family together? Like, I know he's dating you, but you have to like understand, like, as a baby mom, you should like understand the dynamic. Like, I even get it, you know what I mean? Like, as someone who doesn't have kids, like, I could never be like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend cheated on me with his baby mom and keeping his family. Like, no, that would make me feel so awkward, being like, oh, I'm standing in between. Like, because like, nobody thinks of the kids, including the divorced people, which is one of the reasons why they're red flags. Like, they, like, a lot of the times they don't think about the kids, and they get divorced over, like, what, like, they're, like, what I've noticed about divorced people, because I've had it in my family, I've worked for divorced people, divorced women, notably. First of all, if you're a woman and you're dating a man, like, that statistically, that's the reason for the divorce is the man, first of all. Second of all, I've dated divorced women, and, like, I mean, not dated, no, I don't swing that way. I worked for it, and I've dealt with it, whatever, seen it up close and personal, whatever, off. They're always off. Even if it's like, first of all, they're usually, I'm sorry to say it, they're usually very male-centered, which is why they picked a bad baby daddy in the first place. Like, they are usually extremely male-centered and pick-me's, and that is why they picked who they picked to be, like, for their partner in the first place, so they're already off, And then, once they get divorced and everything, both parties, like, the man and the woman, whatever, they walk around with a chip on their shoulder. And they're never over their partners fully, especially if they have kids together. Like, it's a bad situation. And if you walk into it and, like, somehow, like, reconcile or whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, you can't even, like, complain that the guy's keeping his family together. You know what I mean? Anyways, that was my little spiel. So I accidentally went on a date with a divorced dude because I was like, I was just kind of like coming from a place, I wasn't trying to date on that website, obviously. I was just coming from a place of like, I need to get out of the house, like, or whatever. Not like get out of the house because I was already like, I just like need to interact with people more or whatever, which, I don't think dating is necessarily the right way to do it. I think like if you're just trying to, whatever, I don't know. I was just like, whatever, like I just felt like I should just go for it because I haven't done something like that in a while. Type of thing. I didn't really think much of it, obviously, much into it, obviously. And during the date, the dude was like telling me, I trauma dumped on that dude the way that I trauma dump on here. And, I could definitely tell he wasn't over his baby mom. They never are. Even single fathers who never married their baby mom or never over their... I have met single fathers who did not even marry the baby mamas, and they are still talking all about their baby mamas while trying to hit on me. You know what I mean? Like, these men have an attachment to their baby mothers. That's what, like, I'm just trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't go for it. Especially if you don't have kids of your own. I think that people with kids should only date other people with kids. Anyways, so I didn't mean to, like, go on a tangent like that. But but these men always have an attachment to their baby moms, even if they hate them, even if it's like a bad relationship, even if they never married the baby moms, but have just co-parented the entire time. These men always have an attachment to the baby moms, you know. And you can't be, and then you can't even be like, oh, he cheated on me and kept his family together, you know. Like, I would feel so weird saying, you know, even though that's like you know, whatever. So anyways, I went on. Where did I leave off? Oh my gosh, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so I was like trauma dumping and whatever. As I do. I don't know why I did that. Because I just, like, you know, I don't think about what I'm gonna say, and like I just say what I'm gonna say. Like, you know, if someone doesn't give me, like, if someone just lets me, like, basically if I'm with someone and they're just like give me the floor, and they don't like converse with me, they don't tell me about themselves, they just kind of, like, because some people, you talk to them, they just kind of, like, give you the floor, you know. I'm just gonna trauma dump if you give me the floor. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just, like, kind of, like, don't give me anything to work with, you don't tell me anything about yourself, and you just, like, let me, like, you know, because I don't know, like, because I am not interested in myself talking about myself that much, but honestly, like, you know, sometimes I'm not, like, sure what kind of questions people are comfortable answering, so I, like, you know, not that I'm not interested, but I don't want to, like, ask personal questions and, like, you know, do all of that and make someone uncomfortable. So I you know, it's not because I'm not interested, it's just because, like, I don't know, you know, like, I don't know you, and I don't know what you're comfortable with, whatever. But yeah, like, so I just, like, so, you know, and during the date, he was like, because I told him, he was like, why did you delete your profile? And I was like, the men were mean to me. Like, literally, these men were so mean to me. And he was like, oh, and he's like the kind of guy who cares a lot what other men think. So he's like, oh, like, maybe, you know, you'll find someone. Like, the second I would say that the other men were mean to me, he'd be like, you'll find someone. Like, he didn't want me, like, when I said, which I didn't mind. But, like, when I told him that the other dudes were mean to me on that website, he was like, oh, you'll find someone. So I was like, okay, which I didn't care. I was just trying to, like, get out that, like, you know, do something that I don't usually do, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what I was doing. I actually just didn't know how to say no to people, because I, like, you know, I've dealt with most of my people pleasing tendencies, but, like, I just, like, didn't know how to say no, even though I wanted to say no. But I've learned how to say no. I'm, like, sweating. I'm so sweating. But yeah, my point is all of that to say, after that, like, and mind you, I'm making a point to say this guy kept saying, oh, I'm sure you'll find someone, after I told him about how these men were mean to me on that website, to the point that I had to delete my account because they were sassy and mean and DL. Like, he was like, you know, he's telling me, oh, I'm sure you'll find someone. And then I get back, I'm like, you know, whatever. I'm like on my phone, whatever. Why am I getting all of these videos about being the second wife? I don't even believe, I'm sorry, like, I'm Catholic, I don't even believe in, like, you know, marrying someone who's, like, divorced unless they got an annulment or they're widowed, you know, like, tell me why I am now getting all of these videos about being the second wife when that's not even my peripheral. Like, the dude was even telling me, like, oh, I'm sure you'll find someone type thing, you know, tell me why, and that, like, messed with me, you know, I got so annoyed. Because first of all, I'm not even in the market for that, you know? I'm not even looking for that with anyone. But second of all, and as I said before, these dudes have a very strong attachment to their baby moms. Baby moms are always going to be there. You know, like, they, like all the reasons I just listed in this video, I have no, like, these divorced people always have chips on their shoulders. They usually have very bad judgment. And, you know, like, and I've talked about in other videos how if one of them's a narcissist, the other one's a narcissist in a different font. You know, it's never like one's the narcissist and one's the victim. And on the occasion that the other one is the victim, truly, they usually have a lot of emotional trauma because the reason they went with that narcissist is because they had a very dysfunctional childhood and they have their own baggage. You know, it's not a good scene. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's why I've, like, kind of been off of social media, because it's been messing with me with the algorithm, all that to say.